Forest Hills Inheritance. Ida was a psychic who lived not far from me in New York City. She charged little for her readings, a great value considering how entertaining a reading could be. Her clients were amused and intrigued when the images she saw in the coffee grinds turned out to be true. They'd conveniently forget that just as much that she saw was also meaningless. Though I didn't have much respect for her trade, we still became good friends over the years. Apparently there was a reason for this. It was in the early 90s that things changed. Ida's readings became astonishingly accurate, even when reading my friends. I recall one evening when a group of us invited Ida over for a reading after dinner. We listened as she took turns with each guest. We were light-hearted, having fun, taking none of it seriously. Some pallor and then silence came over our group when one of the ladies confirmed her husband was on a business trip. The coffee grinds, mek as it was called in Ida's Armenian language, showed her husband was engaged in a serious affair. He was deeply involved with his assistant. My guest was stunned and with some contempt doubted what Ida had said. The unpleasant revelation turned out to be true. Such insights continued to happen during her readings with others. Revelations such as this compelled me to admit that there are hidden things kept from us. That is, until an appropriate time of disclosure is determined. It is a mystery how the fates choose that appropriate time. But then philosophers have pondered this intriguing truth through the ages. About this time my father was of very advanced age, and was doing poorly in the hospital. Anticipating his death, I knew once he was gone I'd miss him terribly. I'd gone to Ida for a reading, mostly to talk to a sympathetic friend. She knew of his condition, along with the fact that my stepmother had always been highly antagonistic toward me. This was especially true of late, I pointed out. She'd tried to steer my father against me during these last months of his life. This hurt me deeply and I couldn't fathom the reason for it. I'd been an only child and adored my father. Ida asked if my stepmother might not make efforts to steer my father against me in any inheritance. There was no reason to be concerned, I explained. His will had been settled some time ago. Both my stepmother and I knew where each stood. My stepmother's recent hostility, I reasoned, was due mainly to a widow's anxiety over the prospect of being left alone. I see a cross and suffering over your father's house, Ida stated as she read the coffee residue. That sign always signifies death, she pointed out. She predicted he'd be brought home, and would die within a month. I'd been pushing to bring him home